Hello, and welcome back to Disco Elysium. Last time we talked to a giant stick bug. I still think we ought to arrest this man.
What is it? What do you want from me? I can't go.
Sir, how could you not see the phasmid? He stares at the reeds and falls silent.
The man does not respond. He keeps staring, black eyes glazed over and bulging from their sockets. His gap-toothed mouth shaking.
Jeez, my chair just made a very loud noise. I don't know if that picked up.
Like an addict of some terrible substance.
I'm gonna wave my hand in front of his eyes.
A light shiver passes him, followed by nothing. His hands are trembling, and he breathes slowly.
He's going into some kind of psychomotor immobility. The good news is, this solves our transportation problem, doesn't it, Mr. Dross?
The trembling mouth appears to sigh.
Between this and the broken tire he's used for a boat, I think it's safe to leave him here, while we go and get help. It will need to be medical first, I'm afraid.
Huh, what has happened to this man?
Old age and shock.
Yeah, probably. Let's be weird, I think it's a phasmid.
Yes, the arrest and the appearance of the phasmid, the combined stress. But you think it's something more than that, don't you?
There's much more. Remember what it said when it spoke.
Oh, is that what's happening? The thing that I didn't lick. Okay, it was talking about him. I talked to the phasmid. It said it's destroying him.
You should be more careful, detective. Are you sure it wasn't having an effect on you?
Maybe. Anyway, it's only trying to remain unseen. The degradation is a side effect.
Valid hunch. Long-term exposure to something like that could be neurodegenerative. Also, please be careful when approaching a known species in the future, detective.
Before, when I evaluated his state, he seemed strangely animated.
He was energetic and articulate. After all these years alone, with little hygiene or medication, I would expect worse.
Perhaps his animation is induced by something in the
It
phasmid.
does not seem to be animated now it's left. Honestly, I'm ready to believe anything at this point. Maybe it is psychoactive.
Eh.
I mean, why not? It's 3 meters tall.
Takes off his glasses and cleans them. When he puts them back on, he's still staring at the sea. I think he's addicted to that thing.
Like a drug?
He has displayed addict behavior, and not just to painkillers.
His pupils appear to be dilated. They still are.
He couldn't see it, Kim. It's just the reeds for him.
That could be part of the shock. But you're right, something is off here. Mr. Dross,
He touches the man's
No
shoulder.
response.
Maybe this is how the phasmid has stayed hidden all these years.
then how did we see it? Oh, you mean, whatever does this, does it over time? Teenagers, kids, drunks, sightings are brief, and hence not credible. But anyone who spends a long time with it.
Yes, you forget it's there. That's interesting.
Mr. Dross, have you ever seen a stick insect pretending to be the reeds?
The old man
The
stutters.
doctors will have to look at this. I hope your station has better medical personnel than 57. This is a little advanced for a nurse.
Could it be there's something hormonal in his relationship to the phasmid?
You mean pheromonal?
He seemed a little off for a man his age. Randy. Randy?
Humans are humans. Do you need neurological tampering for the glands to work? I don't know.
He's been here for a long time. Who knows how much of it is in who knows how much of it in its company?
He did seem distressed when it finally came to arresting him. Like he didn't want to leave this place, and the insect maybe. I have absolutely forgotten to take notes. I hope I remember all of this. This will be one hell of a report. Thank God we have the photo.
Indeed. I hope it still...
No one would believe you without it.
We found some things in the phasmid's nest, Mr. Dross.
He stares into the reeds. Your words don't stir anything in him. Perhaps you should.
I'm gonna show him the scope.
I lost.
You lost it, Mr. Dross.
He turns his eyes to the reeds again, as he's done so many times. Beige and white stripes.
He lost the scope. Then it somehow made its way over there. With the help of a magpie phasmid.
The lieutenant observes the lens sparkle in your hand.
This sight is a T9, Mr. Dross. Was it attached to the rifle when you made the shot?
Silence. Not even a sigh. You've gotten all you will out of this poor being.
Will you react to the passport at all?
No reaction. His breathing is slow, and he appears very old.
Did you take this passport and other papers from the boy on the course?
The spirit.
The spirit. Is he talking about the phasmid?
He hears us. The spirit?
No reply.
Try something else? We got him back for a moment.
I'll show him the helmet.
Nothing. Just
Nothing.
If Kuno kicked it into the sea, as he said he did, the ebb would put it back here. This makes sense. Mr. Dross could have picked it up. Or the phasmid even. If it did, this is incredible.
I'm gonna let you rest now, Mr. Dross.
The plastic cape flaps around his face in a gust of wind. His back is slouched and his mouth open. The strength has all gone out of him. Just frail old bones and a sack of tracksuit trousers and a windbreaker.
Hang tight.
We should think about getting back to the mainland. To get help. He'll be safe here. If we don't take too long.
Yes. The return. Use the boat to return to the mainland. But I also have those... Shit. There was one of my things said like the police were... oh, there we go. The other police people, weren't they trying to come out here as well? Those potentially dirty cops, dirty gory cops. I think it's a good thing I still have my gun in hand. I have a single bullet. Oh,
ICM. This feels familiar somehow.
ICM. Kim, what is the
It's the
ICM?
Indian Citizens Militia. It's the official name of the Communards Army. The black and white army of the revolution.
Sounds an awful lot like.
RCM. Sounds like RCM. Revolutionary Citizens Militia.
It does.
Why?
The RCM may descend from the ICM.
May?
It's impossible to say. It was chaos after the war. The name was good for getting people to join us. Revachol West was mostly workers and criminals.
Nice political thoughts rush through your neocortex. A mediocre athlete would pant from dragging around his body on a busted crutch. But not you. You're thinking about politics with blood dripping down your thigh.
This is a thing to think, I guess. Sounds a little embarrassing. Maybe we need to rebrand.
No one remembers the ICM. The connotation is less important.
Nice,
this
got
year.
money. A white star. I'm gonna point to the label. What are we looking at even? I'm not sure.
No. An upside down star.
With its horns in the sky. The symbol of the commune.
Are those specks stars too?
No, that's the uninhabited archipelago.
A DeLorean era symbol of Insulinda, known as the face in the sea.
Looks old. What is it still doing here?
After 44 years? That's not nearly enough to hide what happened here, Lieutenant Gefreiter. One of these barrels was still leaking fuel, as you saw. The city is full of things like this. Old bullets, guns, fuel.
I'm finished with the thought. What were we looking at? The barrels? The station itself? I don't know. Well, our boat's still here.
The skiff is swaying on the waves by the dock.
Let's return to the mainland.
Let's. We are done here.
He says, adjusting his glasses as he looks out over the water.
The skiff rocks gently under your weight as you get in. The ride back is uneventful.
Okay, we don't have to see the whole ride back.
But for the sound of conversation on the water, there is someone inland waiting for you.
Oh?
2 men and a woman stand on the concrete square
Yeah, there we
of
go.
a nameless village, looking at a small yellow boat as it draws closer. The sea is calm. You reach the jetty and climb out of the skiff.
Something going on? Something going on.
Look what the tide brought him.
The man without sunglasses. Didn't we see his portrait when we were on the radio? Suddenly his expression changes and he tilts his head.
Harry, you're bleeding all over the place. You're half dead.
It's fine.
Whatever this is, it is completely unimportant compared to what you've just seen.
Yeah.
This is the man with sunglasses from the whirling in rags. But where are his sunglasses?
Wait, you're the man with the sunglasses.
That's right. And you're bleeding.
Forget about all this. There's a giant...
We're not forgetting about anything. Look at you.
No one else seems bothered by the bleeding.
Bothered by it. Harry, you look like you need a fucking organ transplant. Oh, fuck it. Let's not get into that.
Who are you people?
Hello, Trent Heilerstam. I believe we've met on several occasions.
We've met at least once. You had a son.
I'm your goddamn partner, Jean-Vic Quemar, and this is your special task force. Or what's left of it. Special Consultant Trent Heilerstam.
Oh.
Battle Officer Judith Minot.
So he was... okay.
Hi.
Hi.
We've come to scrape what's left of you off the pavement.
Lieutenant Kim Kisuragi, Prison 57. We've just come from the island, where our investigation led us.
The scene is making even him feel as though he has to justify your actions.
We might need your help with something later.
He had suddenly regaining his confidence. Very good.
As if he recalled that he's in fact a decorated police lieutenant and not a naughty boy.
He's not a naughty boy.
But this is clearly a departmental matter, so I'm going to leave you to discuss it among yourselves.
I don't know if I want to say let's destroy them, so I'm gonna go with wait to feed me to the wolves.
Good to meet you, Lieutenant Kitsuhagi.
She says warmly, flashing the lieutenant the tiniest of smiles. What is this about?
Ari, we want to help you. Trent, I believe this is where you come in?
I don't quite know what I'm doing here. I was asked to participate as an expert. I think I need to manage your expectations a little. I'm at best an enthusiast in cognitive science. My background is in something else entirely. I engage in neurology on a merely theoretical level. In fact, I should probably get going.
No, Trent, it's too late. You're part of this shit now. What have you got to say for yourself, shit kid?
I don't know if I like the way his voice acted. I don't know. He sounds just like very flatly angry the same way everything he says. I don't know.
Shit, kid. What an interesting moniker.
Quite so. What's a shit kid?
You. Shit kid, that's you.
Maybe you've deserved it.
How did you know I was here?
The cafeteria manager you fucked over told us where you went.
I mean, that's not too bad if you were... you appeared to be police to him, at least, which I think you are. I'm not entirely sure. I understand. Okay, guard told you.
And the people on the street helped us too, with your whereabouts.
You're a legend among the drunks, Harry. A legendary local drunk.
Hey, you aren't the man with the sunglasses at all. You're not even blonde, though you clearly were wearing a...
Guilty as charged. I heard you'd lost your mind and your memory. I wanted to see if it was true, and it was. Good work, Harry. You're insane now. There's one less person for me and everyone else to rely on.
He was too sarcastic for you to realize who he was.
Actually, I suspected something was off.
Did you? Or did you literally not recognize my face? We've been partners for how long, Harry? Don't answer that. You don't remember.
Absolutely no idea. 100 years?
Say you never told me you're not the horse-faced woman.
Look, no. My name is not Horse-Faced Woman. It's Judith Minot. I was assigned to your unit 2 months ago. I thought we were friends.
I'm truly sorry, officer. Ooh, will my sorry cop go up?
Okay, you're my
Hell
captain,
yeah.
officer. I really want to respect you. I want us to have a normal relationship.
I'm not a very normal
Never
person.
happened, Judy. He's the rudest man on earth. He's the reason why the rest of us have to take sensitivity training. And
Yeah.
I hate sensitivity training.
That doesn't surprise me. So, Trant Heidelstam turns out to be special consultant Trant Heidelstam.
Yes, I'm Tran Heilestam. I never said I wasn't Tran Heilestam.
What was up with the kid then?
Mikhail? Mikhail's my son.
What was up with all the interesting history? Spying on me?
No, I was just interested in the Feld building and the Martinez beachhead. And Mikhail wanted to see Martinez. It was a coincidence.
So what are you special consulting here?
What indeed? I was asked to share my take on some of the more obscure theories developed in Königstein in the 30s. Like partial psychotraumatic amnesia, group personality theory.
Oh,
He's here to see if you're insane. He's smart. Let's move on.
you mentioned the task force?
Yeah, Major Crimes Unit, under Lieutenant Dubois and Vicomar. Ring any bells?
Refresh my memory. Who else is in this?
Refresh your memory? It's a goddamn Major Crimes Unit. There's you, me, Jude, Tron fucking Heidelstam, and Guillaume Baby.
Guillaume Bevy.
I'm technically just a civilian advisor.
Oh, fuck you. You're part of this shit show.
Okay, first, who's Guillaume Bevy?
Oh, that's an interesting story, actually. Guillaume Bevy is a police reporter who joined our team. He was really good. Then he left because he lost faith in your ability to lead the unit. Other people have left too. Good, smart people. People we won't get back. Only me and this really patient patrol officer are still here. And Tron because I'm forcing him to stay.
Is this Guillaume Bevy blonde and partial to sunglasses?
Is he blonde with sunglasses like you were?
See? There. He's getting it. I was impersonating him. Look at me, I'm G. Bevy. It was going to be funny, but then you really did have brain damage. So not so much anymore.
He sincerely thought it was going to be amusing
Huh.
for both of you.
Okay, so what does the unit do?
It's a major crimes unit. We clear the desk of cases so Precinct 41 doesn't look like the worst station in town. We are shit tier now, Harry. Because of you.
They're your posse, or what remains of it. Hand-picked, hand-lost.
Hand lost. That's a cool thing to say.
The 41st isn't...
Trails off, not wishing to finish the sentence. Where have you been all this time?
Where have we been? We've been fucking off as far as I remember. You told us to fuck off. You said we're cramping your style. Your detective god. Fuck everything. All we burn. Detect or die.
All will burn. Make no mistake about it.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Patience.
All must pay.
You know, none of this is ringing any bells.
The bells aren't ringing because you have brain damage. Trant, this is where you come in. How bad is it?
Well, he doesn't have visible tremors, he talks without slurring, he can drive a boat.
Actually,
and
Kim drove.
reasoning. All good signs, but complete retrograde amnesia. Episodic and semantic.
Meaning, you forgot both who you are and the definitions of money, Isola, pound, and so on.
Yeah.
As displayed in the station call, our interactions with him, and I don't want to be a snitch, but also mine with him before when Harry did not seem to know who I was. It's all very interesting.
Interesting?
Yes, interesting. I have my theories, but I would like to hear Harry's thoughts first. Harry, what do you think happened to you? Neurologically, psychologically, and why not socioeconomically?
Socioeconomically? You think I'm so poor I lost my memory?
Not when you phrase it like that. But I don't think critical theory. I know everyone thinks this is far-fetched pink academia, but still, I don't think it should be off the table here.
What? He lost his memory because of capitalism?
That's
No, not like that. I'm not talking for Hedefort's school here. But Harry, I asked you, what do you think happened?
That's interesting. Capitalism fucked me beyond all recognition. Trant is right. No, that's fucking stupid. That's like the boring answer, I guess. That is more interesting. It might. But then again, I kind of don't want to tell them about the church. Because I don't really trust them. I'll just give them the drunk story. I drank so much I lost my memory and I'm now slowly recovering it.
He is. He's getting better. And I can confirm that he drank a lot of alcohol prior to it happening.
I believe he drank. People do that, especially this one. What they don't do is forget their whole life because of drinking.
But Detective
There was a
Dupin,
lot of
He
drinking.
has blanked out before.
I have?
Yes, a couple of times. After some of the more serious benders. One was after the two drunks case. The other when we looked into that mirror.
So you don't remember not remembering. Beautiful.
Thanks, conceptualization.
Interesting. So at first he dipped his toes into it, prepared. That's where he would have gotten the idea, yes. Practice. And then he used alcohol to get there, so to speak.
Oh, you think I lost memory, and because I wanted to forget something, I intentionally drank so much I would?
What do you mean?
Well, here's my theory. What if this is an absolutely normal reaction to the world we're living in? What if this is not a significant anomaly at all? Something to be explained, approached as a defect? Look at the sensory input here.
He gestures towards the scenery.
Look at the ruins, the neon. Listen to the radio, the multitudes, the people. Live here for 40 years. As a police detective, he's like a magnetic reader on the world tape, to borrow a known metaphor. Harry's been pushed flat against it. Total input. Hardwired to the free market. He just needed for it to end.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Okay, Trent, thank you. That's absolutely meaningless. I'm glad we brought you. Will he or will he not be able to work in the major crimes unit? Is he a cretin now? I want to know that.
He's not a cretin, and he is able to do work. If not in his previous leadership role, then as a line detective.
Fuck it, I'm ready to lead again.
No one even mentioned that. I misphrased my question. It should have been, is he able to put his clothes on and use the body? Or do we need to get him on a disability pension?
Well, no.
Now nothing. Now we're just going to stand here.
I really want to click this. I'm just gonna stand here.
Yeah, just stand there. It's cool.
Really?
No, now we discuss that. What the fuck did you do to a motor carriage? Why is it there, Harry?
I thought the killer would be underwater. He wasn't. That's very funny. I drove it into the ocean when I was drunk.
Ah, so refreshing. He just admits it. Thank you for your honesty. Thank you for destroying 45,000 real of police property that's coming out of everyone's payslip. It doesn't matter. Your badge, Harry. Show me your badge.
I got the badge right here.
In a rush to demonstrate your badge, your eager fingers can't sustain a grip on the smooth plastic, and the badge slips out of your hand.
I feel like trying to catch it will only result in tragedy, so I'm gonna let it fall to the ground.
Patrol Officer Minnow picks it up and gives it back to you, slippery and cold.
Thank you.
He found it. It's his badge. I can confirm.
And your gun?
As if having your badge and gun are natural states, not achievements. What is it with all these material objects?
My gun is right here.
He has it. And he didn't drop it. You're drunk like a bum, Harry. Put that thing away before you kill someone.
I quit drinking forever. It's only me in this boring hellhole now.
I don't buy it. Why do you smell like a corpse then, huh?
Because I got fucking shot.
He's wounded. It's been a long week, and he's handled an actual corpse.
Maybe because of the pheromone. Honestly, yeah, none of this matters. My odor situation is meaningless compared to what I've discovered.
What you discovered? You let the suspect escape, a certain glacier, because you were too drunk to assess a flight risk.
We've read the report, Sari. Lieutenant Kitsohagi's. We know.
I don't know if we should go fully for that. How about, that's just a small detail in a huge case you know nothing about.
Sure, if it's part of your master plan. Let's not even get into the other suspect who also escaped. Another detail?
Yes.
Or the fact that you're Everclear's little peony now, doing I don't know what for him. That's small-time stuff. That's nothing. That's a humorous anecdote.
I'm not exactly doing... You're kind of right. A little bit right. I'm just...
Compared to the 7 people who were gunned down, the streets are literally red with blood, Harry. It was fucking mass murder.
Okay, there's truth in that.
He did everything he could. We did everything we could. The company hired and vetted mercenaries. Lieutenant Dubois got between them and the locals.
Oh, thank you, Kim, for having my
Here
back.
comes the cavalry.
Yeah.
He did so at considerable risk to his own life. He was shot and survived only because of his armor. We stopped an execution, not a negotiation. The loss of life was minimal compared to what it could have been.
Yeah. It was a massacre. We got wiped. Where the hell were you?
Don't make this harder for yourself.
Thank
Sorry.
you for the input, Lieutenant Kitsuragi. I didn't mean to suggest you didn't handle the situation.
Brushes a straight strand of hair out of his eye and coughs.
You've spent the week with him on this case. What is your take?
The case?
On Lieutenant Geoffrey Dubois.
Well, the drinking, the gun losing, also losing the badge. That's all true. Although he has not been drinking on the job this week.
Yes, because I didn't do this.
See?
1 week.
Dude, 1 week is nothing to fucking scoff at when it... Well... if he knew I hadn't been drinking, like, at all, then maybe, I don't know.
Then there's the self-flagellation issue. He likes to apologize profusely, making it sound like he's guilty of at least first-degree murder. It's not a good communication strategy for an officer.
Is this when all of this comes into play? I have a high score in good cop, bad cop. I don't know what that means exactly.
It's just strange, especially in light of his political views. Detective Dubois is, as you may know, a true blue moralist, a man of the center, not prone to political outbursts, which is commendable, but also at odds with his behavior.
Is it?
Other still, he is also an ultra-liberal hustler who is always on the grind. How he reconciles these 2 points of view, I do not know, but he is vocal about both of them.
Dude, that's really funny. It takes both of those into consideration, and he's like, yeah, I don't know how you do both of those, but sure.
And then there's the motor carriage in the sea, something I was not present for. But despite all this, he is a great detective, one of the best I've seen, in fact.
Hell yeah.
He can talk human beings into telling him everything, and he doesn't stop. In all the time I've spent with him, he has not once stopped pursuing leads, however far-fetched and tangential. He is tireless, madly driven.
I wonder if I could have played this game in a way that did not result in this. I as a player, has been really into the idea of trying to solve the case. Could I ever play this game like pursuing a bunch of other shit that and like not give a shit about the case? Would that have been reflected in this? I'm so curious. I'm probably not gonna play this game more than once on the channel. I might go back and play it myself again, but I kind of want to check out different people's approaches. I don't know if I can like playing this game again, knowing all these like twists and turns in the case. It's not going to be the same thing. But I am curious to see how different approaches are reflected in dialogue and such.
Well, except that one time when he stopped to sing karaoke, which by the way was a valiant effort. He really sang his heart out.
Hi, thank you. I don't know why I said hi.
Yeah, it was what it was.
It is what it
Other than
is.
that one time, he has tirelessly worked on the case, and he solved it. We have a confession, the murder weapon, and the perpetrator, locked on the island right now, awaiting transportation. He apprehended a straggler who stayed hidden for 50 years, ever since the revolution, who's probably committed other murders over those years. Oh, and he also discovered a new species.
Hell yeah.
A new species?
A colossal stick insect. It was on
We have
the
photo
island,
evidence.
camouflaged as a reed. It unfolded from the reeds. I think we may be dealing with the Insulindian phasmid.
How will they respond to this?
He takes out the photo of the
Yeah.
and shows it to the officers across the yard. The wind blows, flapping the glossy rectangle.
No. Don't blow away. Don't.
You hear gasps beneath the howling of the wind.
As you can see, it's about 3 meters tall. In fact, we think it may be the largest land invertebrate ever discovered.
Boom shakalaka, motherfucker. Hosianna? Hosianna Davidsson, välsignad vare han. Hosianna Davidsson, som kommer i Herrens namn. I think that's how the melody goes. This is like a religious thing, isn't it? Because it's in Psalms we sing in Sweden. What the fuck is Hosianna? What's Oceana of its own. From Hebrew, Oceana means save us or come with help. I'm gonna check what the English says. Liturgical word in Judaism and Christianity. In Judaism, it refers to a cry expressing an appeal for divine help. In Christianity, it's used as a cry of praise. So that's certainly a thing I could say. But honestly, this is what I've been trying to tell you about.
Fucking hell. Is this somehow connected to the case?
He ignores you, still staring at the phasmid.
Detective?
What the fuck? Yes, I believe the pheromone it emits may be responsible for the killer's mental degradation.
Yes, but also...
Oh, I accidentally said boom. It's fine.
The old man was not aware of the phasmid's presence. Exhibiting a strange, atypical dementia, he fell into a stupor after its appearance. He became near catatonic.
So it is connected.
I must say, this is absolutely extraordinary. I don't even have words for it.
Yes. It really does make it hard to fire the drunk.
His tired eyes follow the photo as the lieutenant puts it away.
This is a very, very sad man who has just seen something that's made him forget his sadness.
Interesting.
Now you make your case. Now is the time. Now or never.
The killer, Lilianovich Dros, we have a strong motive for him.
Lilianovich. A revolutionary matronym.
Revolutionary matronym? Sorry, that's a very Solid Snake thing. Revolutionary matronym. Metal Gear. Second floor basement.
The custom started in Grad, where they have patronyms. Krasovich, Lasovich, etc. The revolutionaries saw this as a chauvinist atavism, so they used matronyms, derived from the mother's name instead.
Oh. Liliana. I see.
This man's mother was Lilian. His Lilian's son, Lilianovich. The custom was overturned after the revolution failed, but not before it made it to Revachol.
So, it is what a soldier of the ICM would be called.
Thank you, Trant. Thank you for that piece of cultural theory. You said you have a motive?
Of course, excuse me, I just thought it was noteworthy.
He wasn't quite sure about the straggler before he heard this detail. It must
Yeah.
have convinced him.
He killed him in an act of rage induced by the phasmid's semiochemicals.
Possibly induced. But even without that, these men spent 50 years on the islands in the bay, in solitude, loathing what Revachol has become. There's plenty for prosecution to pick from in terms of motive. Also, we have a sniper's nest with full view of the room in which the mercenary died, right on the island, and 2 officers on the scene that Mr. Dross confessed to.
It's a clean win.
Oh, it's way
Hell yeah.
more than that. Way more.
Oh god, no. Honestly, yeah, I'm still not completely satisfied. It could be just a little neater.
Get over yourself. You're not a perfectionist. You're a cop and you did a good job. With a lot of help from Lieutenant Kitsuragi.
Fair.
And none of this can hide the smell of booze on the wind.
God damn it. Doesn't it ever leave? It is there. Like in your bones or something. It will pass in time.
Also looked into the Mystery of the Doom commercial area.
I don't know what a Doom commercial area is.
Goede Senkisland 10. Commercial building where all business go bankrupt. I looked into it.
Why? That's not what you were supposed to do here.
There was a fridge we needed and a possible witness. He was just chasing a lead and ended up advising a local shopkeeper. It was okay.
It was okay.
Of course. Call it community outreach, right?
There was also a dead man on the boardwalk. Missing person I found.
Yes, yes. Fallen through a gap in a boardwalk. Drunk.
How did you know I found him?
The body was transported to Precinct
Good.
41, our morgue. I had Tilbrook and Mullins take care of funeral arrangements and family stuff.
Good, thank you.
You're not the only cop in the world, Harry. This all comes back to us.
Still, good work with the missing person, detective.
Also, the Phasmid was female. The reeds are its nest.
Female? What makes you think so?
You had to see it. It had the subdued colors of a female. And the nesting behavior too, I think.
Incredible. Were there eggs in the nest?
Not as far as I could see. There were other things there, though.
Partheno... What is... fuck. Parthenogenesis. Reproductive strategy that involves development of a female, rarely a male gamete, sex cell without fertilization. Right. Okay. Okay. Then I know what that is. I think it reproduces by parthenogenesis.
As in cloning itself? What makes you think so?
Observation.
Interesting. Then it is especially vulnerable to disease. A single strain of bacteria could wipe out the entire species. We're probably talking conservation efforts here.
It had gathered items in its nest. A helmet, scope, passport.
Actually, you know, this would indicate it was a male. This is far from anything in my field, but I think such nests are called bowers. They are for attracting mates.
Bowers are built by males of the species who can't afford colorful mating displays physically. This one was plain colored.
I still think it was a female.
Of course, as I said, I'm only guessing. I didn't see it. It must be robust if it can move a whole helmet with its limbs.
It was very large. It had mandibles that looked like hair. And it was completely white on the inside.
Yes, but also reed-colored, beige and brown, a little green on the outside. After unfolding from a single stalk, it still retained parts that looked like reed tufts on its limbs.
Yes.
Incredible. The PR value of this is exceptional.
PR.
Carp discovers new species. Maybe even discovers the Insulindian phasmid. No, that's too much.
This would really help with some of the problems we've been having.
Would it?
Absolutely, this is great. This does not say vigilante murderers to me at all. This says science, news, human interest. You know, it's a really good thing you have that photo.
Without it,
You're doing good here. Perhaps only for a moment, but still.
I'm not gonna fucking say that. So what do you say? Wanna take this a hot shit back? Point to myself?
I don't want to, but you discovered a new species and solved the murder.
He shrugs.
So I have to. Jude,
Anything that ends the trial is okay with me.
Quick nod.
You haven't been drinking, she thinks. So, maybe this time.
Maybe this time.
The public relations potential of this is too valuable to let go.
okay. We have vehicles in the square, and the perpetrator needs to be taken into custody. Let's go.
Now you will finally get to know who you are.
Interesting. I have a few questions before we go about who I
The
am.
man looks westward, impatiently, jingling his car keys in his pocket.
That's an interesting question. I gotta ask, am I a dirty cop working for La Puta Madre?
No,
No, because the suspect seemed to think.
you're too unstable to work for a mob boss. You're suicidal, Harry. No mob boss would take you.
Good.
I assure you, I wouldn't consult for a corrupt unit.
He would immediately backpedal out of it. I told you it's not that bad.
Thank you. Who am I?
Who are you? You're a gym teacher, Harry.
What?
Well, obviously you're not a gym teacher anymore,
But
but
before.
Before you were a cop, you were a gym teacher in Coron. It's getting really cold outside. Should we maybe...
That does explain a lot.
Harry, it explains everything. The running around, the jumping, The bicep girth. Your inexplicable facial hair.
The collection of found sportswear I've amassed.
Some of your more old-school wording choices. Your posture, even. The constant stretches.
Oh god, contact mic.
Of course. Contact Mike.
He's been on about Mike again. I hate that guy.
You said in Coron? I was a gym teacher there?
Yes, you taught gym in Coron. I believe that's the term. Taught gym at a high school. You were a high school gym teacher.
The smell of sweat and glue. The worn floorboards. Kuro is just east of Jamrock. It was a short walk every morning to the baseball field or the sports building.
High school. Harry, your goings-on with Kuno, Andre, Assel, the whole thing on the ice. That's why you are so juvie.
His smirk suggests barely contained laughter.
Sick. I just gotta go get back on that. Contact mic is a reprise of the most inspiring basic sporting principle of the open competition. 5,000 to 1 rank outsider.
Oh, you don't say. Does he also vault an impassable gulf of finance and privilege?
It is getting cold out.
Sorry. When was this? When was it?
20s or late 20s. You've really let yourself go since then.
Oh. Why did I join the RCM then?
The regular. You found some chick. She inspired you to fight the big fight.
Oh.
Be more than you are. All that.
You, every morning, walking from Voyager Road
Yeah.
to teach gym.
Oh.
She, leaving for the academy with her spring coat on. The air filled with the smell of smoke and raspberries, and incredible hope. An ocean full of hope.
Okay, I see now.
I knew it. I knew no normal human being can run like that. He's an honest-to-God gym teacher.
Why am I like this?
It's not a mystery. Some chick fucked you over. Also, you were drunk.
Some chick. Who?
Dora something. Dora England.
Dora?
Yeah, you mentioned the name.
Dora Ingerland.
Something like that. Half Vasan.
Vasan. Dora Ingerlund? Is that like the Nordic equivalent?
Vasa is where beautifully and impossibly blonde people come from.
Actually, Sweden equivalent? Huh. So we weren't even married.
No one is married anymore. This is Revachol.
When was this?
God, I don't know. 6 years ago, she was way before my time.
6 years and you haven't gotten over it. What the hell is wrong with you?
Oh, okay. Six years is not that much.
Yeah, you're not doing too good there. It's an old man thing, I think. 2 old years equals 1 normal year. That and Dora Engelund really tore you a new one. A big one.
Who was she?
Incredibly bangable.
Huh?
She was extremely fuckable, Harry. Gorgeous. A gorgeous bourgeois woman. Wayfish. Like a Welkin, basically.
Like a Welkin, dude. Isn't that the fucking fantasy game thing?
Snow Welkin. Blonde Welkin. Heartbreak Welkin.
That's pretty good.
I've only seen a picture, but it's obvious you formed a real spiritual connection with how pretty she was. One you never recuperated from.
Surely there was more than that, though.
Look, the sun is about to go down. It's time to go.
I think
I
she
wonder
goes
if
to
that-
the Académie des Arts, east of the river. Way east. Hard to say which came first, the middle-class chick or the drink. Egg and the chicken kind of thing. My point is, you need to see a psychiatrist about this shit. Not a psychologist. Several degrees harder. Is there something harder than a psychiatrist? A forensic psychiatrist? Go talk to that.
In other words, he's heard enough about this.
So Precinct 41, what kind of station is it?
Us? We're the bloody murder station, haven't you heard? We're the bad guys. No one likes us.
Huh.
That's not true. Jamrock is too big for one precinct. You're just understaffed, and everyone respects the 41st. You have Captain Price.
Thank you, Lieutenant. You're being kind. It is an understaffed station and the district is too big, which is why we need to...
Get back to it. We left Torsen and McLean to run the Sea Wing. It's not good.
Torsen and McLean?
Mac the Torso Torsen and Chester McLean. They're not fit to run a wing. Believe me. Things are shaky as it is.
They are damn iconic though. Torson and McLean.
An iconic duo, I take it?
Yeah, not like us. Two clinically depressed old men. Where's the contrast here? We are garbage.
Oh, and the C-Wing is...
God. There are 4 wings, Harry. A, B, C, and D. We're in C. It's made of losers and clock punchers. You and I reconceptualized it as a task force. It was a mistake.
There's also a lot of outside help involved, not only me. Other losers too.
And prices?
Ptolemy Price? He's the son of the old Price, one of the founders of the RCM.
Really?
He's one of the most highly regarded men in the force. You're lucky.
Somewhere under the curved roof of a former silk factory, shaped like a ladybird with 2 chimneys, Police Captain Ptolemy Price sits behind a heavy wooden desk. Resident medic Nix Gottlieb.
Nix
walks in
Gottlieb.
coffee. It's silent in the captain's office. They speak of change, the city, the tension on the streets. They speak of the events of April and the blood on the streets in May.
I don't know, I don't want to say that. So I work in the bloody murder station?
Okay, it's not the bloody murder station. It's an old converted silk mill with green desk lamps and a coffee corner. A lot of good people work there, hard, every day.
Jamrock is the largest ghetto in Rivershore. Faubourg, technically, but it's divided into 11 districts. Jamrock only has us.
The press will blow over. Jamrock is lucky to have you, and it's often considered to be the greatest of the districts. You're lucky to have it.
Thank you again, Lieutenant.
But you know the Phasmid, I need to tell Lena about this ASAP.
Who is Lena?
She lives at 1113 Tabernacle Road in Jamrock. Remember?
A cryptozoologist. She lives in Jamrock on Tabernacle Road. She told me about this Phasmid.
Tabernacle? It's on the way over. Near where you live on Perdition.
Oh shit. Oh, where he lives. Okay.
Fine, if we're gonna drop you off anyway.
She and her husband were conducting the search for the Phasmid. It's their discovery, in part. They should know as soon as possible. It would do you good to deliver some positive news for a change.
Watch out or she'll faint.
Yeah. Lieutenant Kitsuragi, what will you do now?
Well, first I will go back to my station and write the most detailed report anyone has ever seen. It will have to be good to cover all these. Then I will have a serious talk with my captain.
But what?
Detective, we just stopped a small-scale war. Something is happening to Revachol.
He pulls up his collar and looks around. Cold spring light reflected in the lenses of his
I
glasses.
don't know what yet, but it's going to be a hard spring for the RCM. We need to get ready, infiltrate, investigate.
Want to do that at Station 41?
Talk to Captain Price? I'd rather not ruffle the feathers of 2 captains with my doom-mongering.
No, I mean investigate. Come work in Precinct 41.
Work with Price? I'm flattered, but I don't know if I...
A crooked smile quivers on his lips.
Would fit him. And crazy enough. Can take the stress. He doesn't know how to finish the sentence. This truly came as a surprise to him. Not a bad one, but he's at a loss.
Flattered? You're Lieutenant Kitsuragi. We would be flattered if you even considered.
I would have to tie things up in GRIH first. But, I mean, whatever is coming, Jamrock will be more central to it than the harbor.
The lieutenant turns very serious all of a sudden.
And we also have a huge caseload, Lieutenant. Piles that we need to get back to. Mountains, even.
I do like the sound of that.
Recruit Detective Kim Kitsuragi, Precinct 57's finest. Says the achievement.
He's really considering it.
Nice. Well, I'm ready.
Good.
She looks at you, then Vicmar.
Fuck it, let's go. Trump brought his motor carriage. It's a 20-minute drive to Jamrock.
The great district hums in the slowly falling snow. A chessboard of wooden houses, 80,000 living souls, and chimney stacks. Fire traps as far as the eye can see. From Main Street to Precinct 41, to Boogie Street, forking into the white horizon. You close your eyes and hear the dogs bark. A lone woman sits by a factory window, dreaming of meteorite strikes. On Rue de Saint-Jérôme, a square bullet slides into a square-shaped chamber. In Old South, a man without eyelids smiles. Spring has come. It's time.
It's time for what?
Dawson? Yes. McLean? Yes. Heidelstein? No. Vicmere? Yes. Dubois? Of course.
I don't understand this. What is this?
Really? Nix Gottlieb looks up from the list. I hear he's unstable. You say that like it's a bad thing. Captain Potomac Price gestures with a ballpoint pen. It's dim in the office, and the curtains are drawn. Harry's our man. He'll pull through. When he does, he'll side with the RCM. Understood. Gottlieb returns to the list. Minot? Of course.
Wonderful. Then can we please just go back to Jamrock now?
Are we? Is this isn't the end of the game, is it? Is it? Is it? Really? Huh. That was not how I was expecting. I didn't expect it to end there. I feel like I'm missing something. Lord. Interesting names. Plastic value. Where are these people from? Piotr Sobolewski. I wonder what I'm missing out on. I guess I gotta put in some final. I didn't think it was final. I didn't think this was the end. So it was actually that guy. I wasn't entirely sure that the guy was the one who shot. I feel like I did just about everything I could in the game, but I guess it might branch really heavily depending on what you do. Like I said, I don't think I want to play the whole game again on stream. On stream. I'm not streaming. I'm in a let's play. There is one thing I would like to do before I finish this let's play though, and that's go back to an earlier save. Music by British Sea Power. Interesting. Additional music, voiceover direction. I would like to go back to the church and see if I can't do something with the logic check on oh, what was her name again? There's the names. Yeah. And he'll. This is Dross Measurehead. Interesting, because that's the same last name as the Dross on the island. Virgil Texas was the smoker. What an interesting name. Oh, I wonder. That's his Final Cut voice acting. Was that not? Were all those things not voice acted in the original version? I don't know. But this is a lot of... Surely these were all voice acted. Man, I'm gonna have to look into this game more, because I feel like there's a lot I didn't exactly understand about this game. This game was cool. It was different, it was interesting. The writing was very cool. There was a lot of just the language used, honestly, beyond like even the ideas. The way it was written in terms of language was really something else. Which is also interesting because I kind of missed. I'm sure writer was listed somewhere up there, but I'm guessing it was not written in English first. Or maybe it was written in English, just not by a... Could be someone who's a native English speaker, or just someone who's learned English real good. Lots of interesting ideas, lots of interesting world building. I'm sure there's a lot to glean. I'm sure there's a lot I've missed just by not having all the every like possible you know, skill check. So I'm sure there's like a whole bunch of shit. I didn't do all the thoughts. Maybe the idea for this game is to play it multiple times. I don't know. Which, like I said, I'm not gonna do on the channel. I might play it some on my own. I'll have to see about that. I'm definitely gonna be checking out like videos and stuff, other let's plays, like thoughts about the game from other people. Try and gather what I've missed. Might do like a bonus episode if I come across something interesting that I want to talk about. I don't know. Satoshi Nicholas Onishi, what an interesting name. Yuki Yoshisaki, Lucas R. Moons, Yosei Muto, Maki Murauchi, Hiromi Okada. Yusuke Tsujita? I missed what this was. Are these Turkish names, I think? I don't know. Probably not. German team, Julia Steiner. There's a lot of I guess you need to credit all the localizers. It's kind of a moot point since I played it in English. So most of these people's work have not been, you know, what I have been experiencing. Which is not to diminish their work. It's just I didn't really see any of it. Still thinking about the ending. I feel like I'm missing something. I don't really know. Does this game have multiple endings? Is it one of those games? Did I get the boring ending, maybe? The ending where I'm just a good cop and I catch the murderer and everything turns out cool. Maybe. Maybe I hope I haven't been disappointing. I hope you weren't expecting something more unhinged. I played the game with sort of a character in mind, that character being I wanna be cool detective and solve crimes. And I think I succeeded mostly at that attempt. QA. This is a long credit sequence for a game of this size. Like, this doesn't feel like a big, super high profile game. Haven't we done French localization already? Translate, respond, localization. Game. That said Turkish. I think I was right on identifying those names as Turkish. Oh well. Font licenses. New humans. Stress relief. Siggy the dog. Playtesters. Special thanks. Chris Avalone? Isn't that oh, Sven Vinke. He's from Larian. Yeah, everybody Larian. No, but Chris Avalone, he wrote Planescape Torment, didn't he? And a bunch of other things as well. But that's like the big one I know him from. Zaum. Mankind be vigilant. We loved you. Past tense. Interesting. Now, will something happen after the credits, I wonder? I guess not. What happens if I press continue? Just curious. Will it load my last quick save? It seems so. Now. Probably should have made a hard save somewhere there. Oh no, you can see the dates. You can see that it's been like a week since I played. That's unfortunate. I record in bulk, and then sometimes oh, that's here. Okay, let's
Minions of capital. What do you... What?
we do this.
But you said I would be taking...
This time, the wind.
Your wave, do you?
But no.
Look,
But then, who watches him while you're coming back here?
you come back.
What is this?
Lillian, you could...
Perception. I miss it.
In there. This is no harmless.
This fucking world. This world. What is this?
Actually, no. Okay, how about I take
This world.
The wind, your skin is crawling suddenly.
Will the thing happen anyways, even though I didn't see it? It appears so. Or
A delicate tangle of arms and legs unfolds from the reeds, limb by limb.
I don't actually see it.
To then,
What are you talking? There's no...
the stick you feel your legs shut.
Tell me what you see.
I can see.
Force it, but that means it's really there.
Oh, there it is. Okay. So, let me just... Interactions. I just wanna. What is the Disco Elysium? I'm gonna Google it now. Why do people say detective arriving on scene? Why do people say that? On the scene. When you're talking to the cryptid, when they're commending you for not falling apart, detective arriving on the scene. Authority is the one. So if I just pump authority real quick. I'll do a quick save. I'm just curious to see what happens.
Long still reed-like tufts stick out of its joints. As the insect moves its forearms.
I'm gonna talk to it.
Like laughter, sweat, drip, the trachea hissing and clicking. It extends.
Raise
the
hand.
insect
Raise other
as you
hand.
do, praying to you.
Don't pray to
The
me.
great creature. Perhaps it is preparing to eat. It's got no reply. You were right.
Look closely. No.
Stops. Raising
Inland.
side-like.
I exist.
Uh,
Tell me what it's like for you. What is your
I'll just try and do all the
For me,
things.
Now I will tell you how shapes up. I am at the end of a narrow funnel. I don't know. You of even when you're sleepy. And
I kept my shit together.
incredibly, and when you
In honor of your ship, detective arriving on the scene.
Okay. And that changes nothing else. Okay. So now I kind of get why people keep saying that. Kind of, but not really. Now, before last thing I want to do. I can't quick travel here for some reason. I don't know what I needed to do to...
Yes, what is it?
It still says pale unknown. I don't know what I needed to do that. So I'm gonna level up logic.
Yes, what is it?
All you hear is silence.
Quick save. Level up logic again.
Yes, what is it?
You don't have to.
There we go.
You already have. A long time ago.
Sorry, my alarm went off. How?
These thoughts formed in you somewhere, in a long-forgotten discussion, behind the kitchen table, in the evening light. Drinking coffee and smoking, with a friend, and a woman. She was there too. Her hair smelled of shampoo as she was smoking.
Suna is the origin point of the pale.
What?
The swallow. That's how it starts. It's a baby pale.
But Pale isn't here. We're thousands of kilometers from the edge.
The pale is only an effect. Transition between the world and that.
Then, what is that?
It's nothing. No, it's less than nothing.
It's less than nothing. The final rest state for reality. Imagine if all this never was. Is that what the stick bug was talking about? We blink and suddenly there's nothing?
Then the Pale is...
Simply a gradient.
But the gradient, it clearly hasn't started yet. We're here, and the Pale is not.
One day when it's larger it will
I
be.
understand. A theory of the Pale where instead of an outer ocean, it metastasizes. Like a cancer or a mold. Erupting in points inside the world.
And this is one of those places.
According to this, how long
Until it starts swallowing. It's already started. Starting with sound.
And information. Causing data losses in the East Insulindian front. Have you considered why it's formed in a church? And also when or how it might start growing, or if it has other effects in addition to sound and data?
An intellectual hunger fills her now, casting fear aside.
I also have a question, since we are piling them on. How do you know this? I'm not doubting you. I'm simply curious as to how a detective of the RCM
Knows how to think this.
I think I've had this thought before. That's how I know.
An amateur anthropomedic police officer. I'd like to say I've heard stranger things, but I'm not sure. This is a hell of a guess, however. Well worded, I might add.
Thank you.
Yes, it is very interesting. But I wouldn't say you know. This is a guess. One that's going to have to be proved by anthroponetic scientists.
It didn't form in a church. The church formed around it.
Of course! A pine wood sarcophagus, or a containment facility of some kind, built by the first settlers.
Yes, acting on an instinctual level. Or religious practices we've
I
forgotten.
have considered the same. The bad news is, there were 7 pinewood churches built in the first decade of provincial settlement. Most of them were burnt down during the revolution, or repurposed before, during the suzerain. I'm not saying all of them have one in them, but
Some of them might. A black grain hanging in the air.
All the failed businesses in the doomed commercial area. All the failure in
you
Martinez.
think the presence of that puncture has somehow influenced the outcome of events here? Even say software development?
She already made up her mind when she heard it.
Yeah.
Some kind of great and uncaring force had to play a part.
All the failed businesses and ideologies. There's something wrong here.
I told the producers we need to go and move to a normal office building with amenities. But no, the artists like the milieu, the writers like the history. I told them.
I should let people still working there know about this. They might be affected.
You mean Plaisance and the dice maker? There was almost no one left when we packed up.
Yes, both of them deserve to know.
Then go tell them.
One day all the world will be like that 2mm hole.
She falls silent. The wind blows in through the hole in the stained glass window. Cold and moist.
I'm going to leave that out. But the rest? Some of this I can use to start to explain this to the rest of the team. Maybe I'll sound mad, but
Man, you will certainly sound mad.
one more thing. Maybe a club for anodic music isn't the worst thing you can erect around this particular point in space.
Perhaps not.
Yeah! Once the light is on in the universe, it will never go out!
Thank you, Egghead. Let's leave it at that, shall we? We have an anthropomedic detection to perform in this district.
We figured that out. It was like a recording. Oh shit, should I also go and see what they have to say? Oh man. Maybe this is just that kind of game where you can keep sort of digging and find a bunch of shit. I'm not gonna set that on fire. That doesn't feel like something I want to do.
Oh my god! Things have gotten out of hand. I thought the
Yeah, I got shot.
Oh my god! Even maybe I should close the bookstore and I could teach people to protect themselves against bad energies. And to
Psyche Studio? This is even worse than a bookstore in Martinez.
In the meantime, do buy
I found the actual source of
What do you
doom.
mean the actual source?
She remembers. Good.
My investigation has led me to discover a 2mm anthroponetic hole in reality. That's the source of doom both in the commercial area and in Martinez.
What?
Tiny hole in reality, may be connected with a pale, an origin point of sorts. Would explain why historically so many things have ended in failure here.
What he's saying is true. We
But that's not in any of the ancient texts. How am I supposed to protect my bookstore from that?
You can protect it with hope by refusing to give up. That's probably the whole thing with the pale, honestly. Like it's like a metaphysical thing. That hope.
You're right, officer. I mustn't lose faith. Especially besides, thank you for your help in any case. You're welcome back here
Cassius.
anytime.
Farewell for now. Last thing I do before I quit this game, perhaps for the last time, at least on this channel. Oh, hi.
It's dark, and the flashlight works a lot better if you hold it in your hand.
Fair point, yes, totally obvious.
Some areas are
I know. I just forgot. Man, I've been recording for way longer than I was planning to. No, this is down. I need to go up. Man, I feel like there's still a whole bunch I haven't seen in this game that would perhaps paint a more complete picture. But this is the last thing I do on camera, I think.
Oh, it's you again. Are you looking for...
Think I found the actual source of the curse.
The curse that I'm spared of because I live outside its immediate reach?
It's a bit more complicated than I first thought it would be.
I'm listening.
There's a 2mm hole in reality located in a church on the other side of the canal. I think it might be related to Pale.
Me? A 2mm hole in reality? This can't be true.
I'm afraid it is, man. Sona Lukanen killed
Yeah, yeah.
Sona is involved in that? So it's even worse than I thought. It's not just the commercial area that's cursed. It's the entire world.
I wouldn't go so far to say as the entire world is
Just
doomed.
Martinez? In any case, thank you for stopping by. It's good to have a man.
Okay, clearly there's more to this game than what I have seen on my first playthrough. I might return to talk about some thoughts at some point. But for now, I think I'm done with this video game. It was very interesting. I'm really gonna have to examine more of it. I'm gonna have to listen to people speak about it. I'm gonna have to maybe play some more of it. But we have seen the ending, and that's usually where I end my Let's Plays. So if you made it to the end with me, I'm glad. If you have any thoughts you would like to share regarding this game, please go ahead and do so. We can have a discussion if you like. I'm not always super great at answering comments, but I try. So by all means, go ahead and comment. It would be appreciated. I definitely read everything, even if I forget to reply sometimes. What a weird game. I'm glad this exists. I hear, if I've heard correctly, Zoom, they're not around anymore, I guess. Or like something. It seems like at least there won't be another Disco Elysium follow-up. I'm still curious about the title. I was really sure this would be some sort of like post-death metaphor sort of thing, maybe. Well, I wasn't sure. I really leaned towards that. But you know what? For now, I'm gonna end it here. Clearly, there's more to this game. I hope you play this game yourself. I think it would be a mistake to watch on an LP first, but hey, I'm not the boss of you. You do you. For now, thank you very much. We'll see what happens next. I'm not entirely sure when this part goes up. I know I have Spider-Man 2 coming out on PC in January, but I haven't edited everything, but I'm pretty sure this ends a good time before that. I'm probably gonna do something in the meanwhile, something else. We'll see what happens. Regardless, I hope to see you in something else. And with that, I am done. Thank you very much for watching, and goodbye.